Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy BFX video, and I've got quite a bit of a news here for you guys. Now, I don't know if I didn't watch the whole stream. All I did was look at the pictures that people sent in for me to put on the screen. So I don't know if they talked about Dark Visions. They probably didn't. The chat was probably on fire though, in terms of Dark Visions discussion. And they only asked one question, and they barely answered it about New Vision guaranteed tickets. And they barely answered that. So anyways, let's talk about the units. So Fina Dark Lineage is actually pretty good as a support even on global because she has several killers. None of them are locked to EX2 or anything. And she also has a pretty decent leader skill for a non-premium unit. And she's also can be a damage dealer. So she's actually pretty good as a support unit even for global standards. So she actually has a 300% leader skill, which is not too bad for a non-premium leader skill. For fire or anniversary JP units, which is actually the worst category in the game currently. We're going to be going away from that soon, guys. Anniversary JP category is not going to be here for very much longer. It was only for these units because they were anniversary units, so of course they're going to be in this category, but at least she has fire too. So, pretty decent. She has the, 100% amp for one ally, which is not too bad. And she also has an ability for herself that she can basically amp herself for all elements. So you can bring her for any element, not just fire, which is pretty good. Rain is coming. I hate the uniform. I hate the name for him for the unit because it's like flaring making good unit names impossible challenge meme territory in terms of what's wrong with Scarlet Flame Rain. Flaring Aether Rain, whatever. So he's coming, he has the 8 times cap, he's the first person to have it, and he's going to be the strongest damage dealer easily on global because of the 8 times cap. He was the best damage dealer even on JP until Genesis. So the 8 times cap allows him to deal so much more damage than anyone else in True Dual Wield. And now that True Dual Wield's on 400% global, he's going to be able to have max stats. He's going to be able to have what is it, like 16k, 17k under his own leader skill, with the sword that he gets for free. I don't know if it's mentioned here or not, but he also gets a sword in the event that's coming up for him, and it gives him some flat attack. So, which is really surprising, is that he's actually getting a global upgrade. Lasswell is very sad now because he didn't get anything, but then Rain gets some global upgrades. This is actually very interesting. So boost damage of certain LBs and certain abilities for caster, fill morale gauge every turn, and fill enable Grace of Will, which we'll be reading soon. And Pulverizing Force power increased by 11k for every 10% morale. And Limit Burst in Brave Shift form power increased by 500 for every 10% morale above 100%. He didn't need any buffs, but now he's even more valuable to pull for. Even like there's so many things coming, guys, but Rain I think is the best thing to get right now. He was already gonna be the best thing. Now they made him even better. I don't understand why, but I'm not sad about it. And actually, it blows my mind that they're gonna upgrade him because he was already really strong. So the Grace of Will boosts stats and that's just in all allies. What? That's a really interesting ability. And you get a 350% stat buff, and you get a 300% stat buff. This feels like something if you're behind, maybe, because that's a lot of stuff. Oh, it says above a certain point. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff. We'll have to see when the data mine comes out on Thursday, what all this means, because this seems kind of confusing, but that's a lot for one thing. And of course, like I mentioned before, when I talked about in all those videos that I made, 500% attack and magic, and also 200% defense spirit for FFBE or fire units. So that's a huge category. That's a huge encompassing category. Fire already is very good, but now you can encompass FFBE category units, which is going to be almost everybody. So very good. His S-Teamer is very valuable because it gives him 500 flat attack, 240 attack, not too bad. His TMR, not that great. It has some killers on it, I guess, but yeah, it's not really that good. So you really would want to get into EX2 for his S-Teamar. His vision card is top tier, of course. 170 attack and magic, and also 500 flat attack at the end for fire category units. Which is really surprising. And this guy's not premium, by the way, but Dark Knight DUANE is finally coming out. Unfortunately, he's not CG, it looks like, because wasn't he promised to be a CG or something? Well, whatever. DUANE's coming anyways. So finally, after like 10,000 years, he's finally here. And looks like he's pretty decent. He has a 450% stat buff, which is insane. I don't think anything goes up that high, so I don't know if this is only for himself, but yeah, it says boost, so it's not like a passive that he just gets those stats. So he's boosting himself by that much. That's a lot. We'll have to see what that means. 350% LB damage for 3 turns. Oh yeah, that you can go that high. It's not very often you get that kind of a stat buff or LB damage buff, and so that seems really insane to me. We'll have to see how that goes. It has tag team because he's riding something, so of course it's going to be a tag team. And also Sword in Peril. That's his limit burst. He has an SLB, looks like. Boost damage of certain LB, so he gets that LB mod, but he buffs his LB. And restores HP, I guess because he's a Dark Knight unit. I don't think it's that amazing, but okay. Some evasion stacks 6 times, and restores some charges of certain limited use abilities. Okay, so it looks like he's gonna be an ability user, and since he's not premium, he's not gonna have a 500% leader skill, only 300%. But it's for Clash of Wills units, so maybe that'll be valuable in some cases where you can't bring, or fire is not the one you want to bring. And some characters are not under the FFBE banner for some reason, so this is a decent leader skill, but not super amazing. We'll probably get a 500% one for Anniversary. And here's his S-Teamar. It's pretty standard. It does have multiple killers on it, though. And it has an ability. And it's trash. Unless you need it for like the Clash of Wills boss or something. I guess if it says chance. If it was like guaranteed to do like poison or something, then I guess it would be nichely useful because maybe there's a boss in the future that maybe you need to be you need to poison them. But we already have stuff that can do that. So his Teamar, however, on the other hand, is not too bad because it's not as good, but it's kind of okay. It's similar to 5-star Gumbron's S-Teamar on JP, or has a decent amount of HP on it, but doesn't have as much defense like your Bronze does. So it's something to make your DPS a little tankier. And the vision card, 130 attack, so whatever. But the middle part is pretty decent. It's not restricted. 100% true to wield. And 505 attack for FFBE units. Knights of Grand Shouts get in their crowns. So not too bad. He becomes a lot stronger. I showcased him already. He's pretty strong now. He gets the 150% amp. His Brave Shift LB is a lot stronger, so pretty good. Ish, not too bad. Not for the leader skill, but she does get an SLB on her Grandis. It becomes gold, and it becomes 160% Ice and Barrel. Not too bad. And I just put this in here just to like. I still don't know why they're even showcasing any of this stuff. Like, who cares about any of this? Guys, none of these leader skills will 100% matter whatsoever. There will be some units eventually in the future that get better leader skills for free, like Tyvis. His will be 300%. And there's also, like I mentioned before, Lightning. And also Cloud. Cloud will also give some leader skills for Final Fantasy VII units, so not too bad. And the reason why this looks kind of generous is because this was actually supposed to be a anniversary event. So there's all these things in here, all these nice goodies, because this was actually supposed to be for anniversary on JP, and on Global it's just kind of an event before anniversary, because we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. And so there's the crown event. And there's Ish's Con event, and then there's... Oh yeah, I guess that one does come next. Doesn't it? I guess it does. The Grace of Flame is, I think, is actually easier. than the previous one. If you have rain, it's very easily doable. And on global, there might be some stuff that you might be able to use that's a lot easier than what's on JP. So there's that. I feel like I haven't I haven't beaten yet because I don't have time to do it, but I've gotten past the second boss on that on JP, so pretty sure you guys can do the fire one. Here is a Pokemon looking boss. There's Pokemon boss quota, and Beast and Stone. One that's kind of hard to build for, one that's not so hard to build for. I mean, I guess Beast nowadays is not that hard to build for. It used to be. And Fire, so you can use your Clam, you can use Rain, of course. Lightning, Cloud, I guess. And Dark, of course. Dark will be very good with Deoxys or Ibarra, so that's also an option for you guys. Dark and non-elemental physical and magic attacks, so you'll be able to take advantage of the non-elemental physical attacks, of course, with Lilith, or if you need to use that. The non-elemental magic attacks are very painful, and I hate that, but it is a thing. And deals fractional HP damage, so fixed attacks perhaps. And gives himself Mirage, not a big deal. And number of attacks decreases over time. Okay, that's kind of a big deal. And then the part where it always happens, where it counters if not dealt the damage. Surprisingly, it doesn't say lightning, so I guess lightning is out. It's weak against lightning, but you want to bring fire or dark, I guess, right? Or you could bring a lightning team, but have someone who can deal one of those. I've seen that done before as well, so that's also possible. Here's the Helio Obnixious drops, so you can actually get your hands on Kaito or Kresnik. Finally, you can get yourself hand on Kresnik. He's still pretty good, right? The other two, not so good. That's all I'll say. The other two, not so good. We also have some buffs for the rings. And that's it. So we got some buffs for the rings. Those are going to come regardless. I mean, all the other ones were getting buffs, so it's pretty obvious that was going to get buffed too. Alright guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Obviously, them buffing rain is a very clear indication that something else is going to be coming soon, but rain is so good that it's like, okay, something better might come after rain, but rain is so valuable that I don't think it even matters, because even now, with rain and Genesis, they're so strong on JP even, and things like that. Like, it's, I understand, guys, you guys want to get the best stuff possible. I understand you guys want that, but at the same time, rain is getting all these buffs. Let's see how all this goes on Tuesday and Thursday. See you guys on Tuesday if you only watch my FFBE news videos and things like that. And let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this news. I'm sorry if they didn't mention anything about Dark Visions. They probably weren't going to anyways, because it's a really hot topic and they probably rather just not talk about it. But if you wanna watch my other video with Sinzar, we talked all about Dark Visions and all that kind of stuff ourselves anyways, so if you didn't catch that video, I did do another collaboration with Sinzar, so make sure you guys check that out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.